Hi, my name is Chuck Loya, and I'm 60 years old, and I'd like to share a little bit of what the Lord has done for me. I've walked with the Lord for over 30 years. I was run over by a train when I was 25 years old, and I lay there thinking I was going to die, and yet the Lord spoke life to me and said I would live a long and fruitful life and die of old age serving Him. And the peace that surpasses understanding fell on me, and I knew everything was going to be okay. But 8 months of surgeries followed, and it was hard, but my faith had been planted because the Almighty had spoken to me. And so fast forward through that, was married, had 3 children. I came from a draftsman and I got an architect's license, became a general contractor, and had a successful life as a businessman, and a father and a husband. And in 2000, we had moved to Redding, and I was detected with a tumor in the base of my spine. And so I had surgeries, and they put me on pain medication, and I had complications with that surgery. So a year later, after 5 surgeries, they finally got it fixed. By then, I was addicted to pain pills. Only to find out a year later that I had colon cancer, which was another thing that just rocked my world. And I thought, well, my life's over. And I remembered God's promises, and that just gave me hope, and basically they were able to cut the cancer out. I was still taking the pain pills, and it got worse. Never in a million years would I have thought I would have continued to take them. But then it became the most important thing in my life was to get that because of the addiction. It ruled my whole world. I had to have the pills, and everything else came second. And pretty soon I was shopping doctors, and I was getting, pills from Norcos from one doctor and Oxycontins from another, and I wasn't the same person, and I'd lost that peace and that joy that I had with my God. And I finally came to the realization that if I didn't stop, I was going to die because I was doing outrageous amounts. And then I started to drink with them because I needed the high. So I finally fessed up to my family, said I was going to turn myself into rehab, and it was the best decision I'd ever made. I went into a 28-day treatment program, and there I got some tools about how to just, get my life back together. But from the beginning, it was always the Lord that was my strength. From that point on, I just knew that if I could get rid of that addiction, that my relationship with the Lord would be restored, and it was. And it's never been greater since, in my whole life, I don't think, than it is now. But a year ago, I was in a different place because God was doing something new. He was stripping the old me away, and but I didn't see it, and I only felt alone. I felt I couldn't sense Him. I prayed. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was sad. I was alone. I was angry. All those things, and I just couldn't hear His voice, and I didn't know where He went. And I was saying, God, I've done all this. I'm your son. Where are you? And I didn't quit, even though I couldn't feel Him. And then finally, He gave me direction. He gave me my marching orders. He sent me here, number 1, to Agape, which was the beginning of, just a new connection with the body of Christ. Getting to know so many people here has been a blessing to me and my wife. And in the process, too, God has set me on a new course. I'm back in college now, taking addiction studies, and I feel confident that God has allowed me to suffer all that, to feel all that, to go through that life of addiction and pain and cancer and all the things, to drink the bitter cup, because that's who I'm going to be ministering to. And today, My life is full. I don't feel like it's over. In fact, I feel like it's just starting. I've never been more invigorated in my spirit and in my life, and I'm excited about what God's doing, and I anticipate great things, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do or where I'm going to do it, but I'm confident that I'm in His will, and knowing that I'm walking that life in righteousness. Thank you.